To everybody, today we will continue the yesterday's class. That is, what are the present peasant status? According to sociologists and anthropologists, the idea of peasant is differ from various scholars. So anthropologists and the sociologists, what they thought, it is concerned with the cultural aspect only. What Mr. Kroeber has in his mind about the peasant, he said it is an incompleted group. But according to the Redfield, he said it is also has some other features. That is, peasant has some other features. What are those? One is unreflective group, unsatisfactory group, subordinative group, concrete traditional group, and also few non-literate people will form the little tradition. What is little tradition? Little tradition and great traditions are the two types of traditions. In cultural point, I will again review. Little tradition is not continuously doing the prayers. Example, on and off. At the villages or in the slum areas, they will do the prayers for the deity or the god, whatever it may be. But it is a great tradition, continuously without any break. If you are going on systematic order, the rituals are continuing, that is the great tradition. But peasants are practicing only the little traditions, that is according to their interest, according to their convenient time, they do the prayers, that is the little tradition. So who are doing? Non-literate people are formed and they are framing and they are making and celebrating the little traditions. And then if Kroeber is telling, this is nothing but incomplete group. Who? The peasants are incomplete group. According to political aspects, that is according to Mr. Shahin, what he said is outsiders are coming and disturbing the lifestyles. At that time, how they are giving their counteraction? They are doing the collective action, but in unorganized way. Collective action is in a unorganized fashion, but they are deprived, but they are suffering in a very systematic way. That is in a organized way. That is the difference between the organized and unorganized. Suffering is, that is going counteraction is unorganized way, suffering is organized way. And then if you see in economic point of view, again we will check over the two professors, Robert Redfield and Alexander Chawana. This here it is a social scientist, Redfield particularly anthropologist, and then but the Chawana is a Russian economist, in particular rural or agrarian economist. He is not studying entire the village. In addition to that, again some more very minimum area he wants to study it. That is the peasants. What he said first, Robert Redfield, he observed that peasant group are producing the produce, that is the food material, for their family's sake. Least bother about the others. But Chavan is telling, though what he said is correct, that is they are producing the produce for their subsistence or for their existence, but they don't have an idea to sell the excess amount of produce in a profitable way. Earlier we do not have such a type of profit and saving, only sharing will be there. And then finally what we observed is socio-economic conditions are the responsible in order to make the mind to get some extra awareness or consciousness. Why we will be like this? Why can't we think in another mode like that? At that time, as a result, what is happening? Some changes are taking place in their thought process. So at that changes are bringing the change in their lifestyle continuously, then reformation had been taken place. Then, in 18th century, Karl Marx ideas are very famous. That is rich people and the poor people. Along with that, what he said, production is an isolated program. Example, potato. According to their own availability of the produce, they will produce it. In 19th to 20th century, the Russian scientist or politician, whatever it may be, or social scientist, Mr. Lenin, he observed there are two groups, there are two problems in the society: landlessness and unequally divided, not only the land and also income. And then this same Lenin has divided into two categories about the peasant group. First one is peasant class, working class. Here the working class people with the cooperation they are forming, that is the ally. Ally means unite together for the unity of the, for the integrity of the working class. Whereas another group is peasant profiters. This group are unite together only ally of capitalistic nature or capitalism. And also, if you think about the conscious levels or the awareness levels, what Mr. Lenin got, he understood some people are changing. That is, thought process has undergone some changes. Some awareness had been taken place. Okay, it's good. But Kutinsky, he is also belongs to the Russian, and he also observed what they produced, it is only for their family's sake. That is good. But more they want, because maybe more population or inability to move to somewhere else, they want to stay back, or unfavorable conditions of the climate. At that time it is better to get the more and more produce or food material. So the consciousness or alertness, awakeness, it started in their mind. So earlier they want to move, that is migrate to nearby places, that is rural area, suburban or the urban area as a migrant laborers. Why? Because due to the landlessness and indebtedness. But according to Arnold from Italy, what he observed, okay madam, we got the awareness. How? By breakdown of the innocence or illiteracy. Then what is remaining? Awareness, we got it. Awakefulness, we got it. Then that is nothing but the consciousness. What type of consciousness they got it? Even though they got temporarily, it is not for the temporary sake. They made it permanent, continuous development of class consciousness program. By that it is established. Once it is established, means social change had been taken place. Please do subscribe. And once again we will review the anthropologist and sociologist. They decided or they described peasants are the cultural group only. Kroeber said, cultural anthropologist, what he said, no madam, it is an incomplete group. According to Mr. Robert Redfield, no, it has 4 features. One is subordinate, second one is concrete tradition, third one is unreflective, fourth one is unsatisfaction, fifth one is some non-literate people form the little traditions. Little tradition means people who wants to do the prayers not continuously, on and off, according to their convenience. They will do the feast, they will do the celebrations, whatever it may be, potluck, something like that. Next, if you switch over to the political point of view, Mr. Shannon said, external force is more and more to be as a subordinate group. so that how they counteract, they will unorganized way they are going to the collective action, but organized way they are depression. Unorganized way they are giving the counter shots towards the landlords, but organized way they are going on suffering. Two contrast characters. And then if you switch over to the economic point of view, Robert Redfield as well as the Alexander Chavana. Alexander Chavana is from the Russian. He was a economist, particularly rural area economist, particularly agrarian peasant economist. Okay, what Mr. Redfield said, madam, they are producing the food material only for the family's sake, self-sufficiency. They were not the greedy people. There was not storing a concept. So, but what Mr. Alexander Chauhana said, okay, what he said is correct. That is, they do not want to produce more amount. Sometimes if it happens, they will discard it. But they do not have the habit of sell it for the profit. Because selling the profit is a sin, or they may not interested. Maybe in sin, mythologically, or they are less interested. That is also there. And then historically, they will be well oppressed by, violently, cruelly controlled by the landlords. Be as an subordinators. Finally, what we understood, socio-economic conditions are the responsible condition to keep their mind as it is. But one fine night, they got the awareness, some changes has taken place. Those changes is not temporary, permanent. Reformation had been taken place in their lives. In 18th century, Karl Marx said, already he said rich and poor, that is one category. Along with that, production is isolated. Example, potato. It is not compulsory. It is not group-wise production. And then, Lenin, a Russian social scientist, maybe politician, maybe sociologist, maybe economist, whatever, all points are in his mind. What he said, many people are suffering with 2 points. Inequality in income, inequality in land. Based on that, he divided the peasants in 2 categories. One is peasant working group. Second one is peasant profit group. Working group people unite or ally for the working class, whereas the peasant profit group is ally towards the capitalism or capitalistic nature. And the same Lenin is telling, some people got the awareness, some changes has taken place in their thought process. So slowly the changes are moving from inside to outside, introvert to extrovert. It was traveled. And they got some awareness. And then Kutuskaya, he is also the Russian social scientist. He also observed what Lenin said is correct. They got the awareness, doubtless, and that awareness, what it creates, it made their mind to migrate to somewhere else. Somewhere else is rural area, suburban area or urban area. For what? They want to clear their dues, indebtedness, and also lack of land to cultivate it. So indebtedness and landlessness made their mind for the migration. Now how the people are going to the America and Dubai. Lack of proper opportunities, they are going. Like that there also. That is in the micro level, now it is in a macro level. So another one is Arnold from Italy. He also said, okay madam, they want to break the innocence and got the awareness, awakefulness, along with that increasing the development of class consciousness program in their mind. that brings the changes in their lifestyle. By this lecture is okay. Please do like and subscribe and extend it for the subscription. By that I may feel a little bit happy. Good night to each and every individual. And again I am reviewing. Please go through the elaborate information in review and go for the shorts. Good night.